All right, everybody. Guess what today is? Today is day 13 of the advent of Cyber 2022. Let's pop over to the machine and look what we're doing today. All right, for today, we get to dive into one of my favorite things, packet analysis. Today's task is day 13, packet analysis, simply having a wonderful pcap time. All right, let's go ahead and read the story while the machine fires up and find out what we're going to be doing today. After receiving the phishing email on day 6 and investigating malware on day 12, it seems everything was ready to go back to normal. However, monitoring the systems started to show suspicious traffic patterns just before closing the case. Now Santa's SOC team needs help in analyzing these suspicious network patterns. All right, so what are our objectives today? Looks like they're a little dark. Let me highlight them. I like running dark mode. So our objectives today: learn what traffic analysis is and why it still matters. Learn the fundamentals of traffic analysis. Learn the essentials of Wireshark features used in case investigation. Learn how to assess the patterns and identify anomalies on the network. Learn to use additional tools to identify malicious addresses and conduct further analysis. And last, help the ELF team investigate the suspicious traffic patterns. All right. So what is packets and what is packet analysis? Packets are the most basic unit of network data transferred over the network. When a message is sent from one host or one computer to another, it's transmitted in small chunks. Each chunk is called a packet. Packet analysis is the process of extracting those packets, assessing them, and identifying the network patterns such as the connections, the shares, the commands used, and other network activities like logins, system failures from the pre-recorded traffics in the file. Why does packet analysis still matter? Scroll up a little bit. Network traffic is a pure and rich data source. A packet capture, or pcap, of network events provided a rich data source for analysis. Capturing live data can be focused on traffic flow, which only provides statistics on the network traffic. On the other hand, identifying and investigating network patterns in depth is done at the packet level. Consequently, threat detection and real-time performance troubleshooting cannot be done without packet analysis. Today, most network-based detection mechanisms and notification systems ingest or take in and parse all packet-level information to create alerts and statistical data. Also, most red, blue, and purple teams exercise are optimized with packet-level analysis. Last, even encoded and encrypted network data still provides value by pointing to odd, weird, or unexpected patterns or situations, highlighting the packet analysis does still matter. All right, some points to consider when working with PCAPs. There are various points to consider before conducting your analysis. The essential points are listed below. Network and standard protocol knowledge. So let me highlight this because I know you guys cannot see that. Knowledge of the network and protocol operations is a must. An analyst must know how the protocols work and which protocols provide particular information that need to be used for the analysis. Also, knowing the quote-unquote normal and abnormal behaviors and patterns is a huge or a big plus. Familiar with the attack and defense concepts, you can't detect what you don't know. An analyst must know how the attacks are conducted to identify what is actually happening and where to actually look. You can burn down the haystack to find a needle. An analyst must know how to use the tools to extract particular information from packet bytes. All right, when it comes to the packet level analysis, it must sound hard to implement the theory in practice, but if you create checklists in a mini playbook, it'll make the analysis process considerably easier. A simple process checklist for practical analysis is shown below. So we see these. I'm not going to go through all of that. let's get to the tool we're going to use today, the fun part, and analyzing the actual packets. What is Wireshark and how do we use it? Wireshark is an industry standard tool for network protocol analysis and is essential in any traffic and packet investigation. You can view, save, break down the file network with it. You can learn more about the Wireshark by completing the Wireshark module. A quick tool demonstration for fundamental analysis is shown below. Now click on the start button, which we've already done. Our machine is already fired up and ready to go. After we start the VM, open Wireshark, go through the walkthrough below, double click on the pcap. All right, so you know what I'm gonna need to do? Looks like we're gonna have to remove. There we go. Now we can actually read this. All right, so let's fire up Wireshark and let's see what we're doing. We're gonna be working with this pcap right here, and we're gonna be analyzing this bad boy today. Let's go ahead and open this up. Perfect. All right, what do we want to look at? After opening up the file for the first time, it might look daunting. Look at all this. So all of this in here is all the traffic that was run when this capture happened. So we see our source, we see our destination, we see the protocols that were run on it, the information, and so forth. Each one of these you can dive into further. We've got our different panes in here. It shows our frames, shows which protocols are being used. Wireshark is a in-depth tool and a fun one to get into. So use the statistics protocol hierarchy menu to view the overall usage of ports and services. All right. So let's go to statistics and we want to look at the protocol hierarchy. There we go. So when we run this is basically showing us all of the packets that were run and then what's actually within these packets. So it looks like we've got IP4 or IP version 4 is 99.8% of the packets is being used. UDP looks like it's our user data protocol is 0.4%. NTP or network time protocol 0.1% of the packets. DNS or domain name service 0.3. It looks like we've got TCP, so that's a transmission control protocol is 99.4, and we've got TLS, which is used in network or which is used in websites, 51%. We've got HTTP, which is used when you type in a website at the top. So you've got HTTP. Now we've got HTTPS. And we've got ARP in here, address resolution. Okay, so what are we looking for? Look at the output. The majority of the traffic is TCP and HTTP. You can also view the IP connections. Well, let's scroll down. Let's see what our questions are, because I got a feeling we're going to be in here. All right. View the protocol hierarchy menu. What is the percent packets value of HTTP protocol? So right here we got hyper transfer protocol at 0.3, so 0.3, and let's go ahead and submit. Let's go ahead and now let's view the conversation. So let's close this one out. We're going to stay in the same spot, statistics, and we're going to look at the conversations. Now the conversations show us the IP addresses and what they're doing, talking back and forth. We can see IPv4, IPv6. We've got TCP and UDP. So navigate to the TCP section. We're in here. Which port number has received more than 1,000 packets? So we've got, here's the address. Port B, this has received 277 packets. This one's received 10 packets. And this one has received 1,125 packets. So it looks like port 3389 has received the most packets. All right, our next question is, what is the service of the used protocol that received more than 1,000 packets? So what's the service name? So the service name is not on here, but I do know what port that is, and that port 3389 is RDP. So it's remote desktop protocol, or what many like to call the ransom deployment protocol. I guess we'll just put RDP. Yep, there we go. All right, so now we want to filter the DNS packets. What are the domain names? Let's close this out. And I believe we can just come in here and type in DNS. Let me scroll this over some so we can see. So under DNS, we've got CDN banded yeti.thm. We've also got bestfestivalcompany.thm. So in alphabetical order, it wants to know what these are, and it also wants us to defang them. All right, so if everybody remembers a couple of days ago, one of our tasks had us using CyberChef. So let's go ahead and open up CyberChef, and we'll use CyberChef to defang this. Now to get these actual addresses, we can't just copy and paste this. What we're gonna need to do is we're gonna actually need to follow the stream, and if we follow the stream, now we've gotten into a place where we can actually copy and paste this stuff over. So we could copy this, and let's come into here. We'll paste it, copy, and let's flip over to CyberChef. We'll input, and then we want to defang the URL. And let's copy and paste over here. And let's close this one out and come into, back this up. Go back to the DNS. Let's get the other one, our Best Festival Company. We'll follow this. And we'll copy and paste here. And move back over to CyberChef. We'll defang this one. Copy. Paste over here. They need to be in alphabetical order, so let's put these in alphabetical order real quick. And we should be good. There we go. All right, we'll clear this. Shut this off. All right, what's our next one? Filter the HTTP packets. Okay, so let's go ahead and close this. And just like we did a minute ago, we typed in DNS up here. We can now type in HTTP. We can filter those packets out, and now we see what's in here. So what are the names of the requested files? Enter the names of the files in alphabetical order in a defang format. So we're going to defang these again. So we see Mystery Gift and Favicon instead of copying and pasting. We've been dealing with Mystery Gift forever. Let's go ahead and do mystery gift.exe. Copy. And I believe we're going to need Favicon. Got that. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't copy the right one. All right, let's copy the defang. Defang. Put that at the beginning. Submit. Yeah. All right. All right, it says which IP address downloaded the executable file. Enter your answer in a defang format. So if we come back over here and we look at, this is the source, that's the destination. Looks like our source is 10.10.29.186. All right, it now says which IP address downloaded the executable file. Enter your answer in a defang format. We come back over here and look. We see 10.10.29.186, and our destination was 10.11.5.137. So the source of the mystery gift.exe is 10.10.29.186. Let's go ahead and type that in here, 10.10.29.186. Now we can copy that. So let's defang this. We will copy and paste it into here and submit. All right, good to go. Which domain address hosts the malicious file? Enter the answer in a defang format. All right, so what's the domain address? To find out the domain address, we need to resolve these IP addresses. So we can do that by turning on the domain name resolution protocol in Wireshark. To do that, we go to View and Name Resolution, and then we'll do Resolve Network Addresses. And as soon as we do that, now we see in our destination and in our source spots, we actually have resolved those IP addresses. And what is it wanting to know? Which domain address hosts the malicious file? Enter your answer in a defang format. All right, so where does it host? It's hosted on CDN Bandit Yeti THM. We can follow that stream and copy. We'll go to our clipboard, copy this in here, and paste it in so we can defang it again. And put that in over here. All right. All right, our next one is, what is the user agent value used to download the non-executable file? So this is what we've got going on with the executable file. So let's go ahead and close this. And let's back out. Let's go back to HTTP. And remember, we had an executable file, we had a non-executable file. This is our non-executable file. So let's go ahead and right-click on that one, and let's follow that stream. And look in here. Okay, so here's our host. Here's our connection. Here's the user agent. So the NIM HTTP client 1.6.8. Let's copy that. And let's throw that over here. There we go. All right. Export the objects from the pcap file. Calculate the file hashes. Okay, so how do we export a file? Going to do pretty much the same thing here. Let's go to HTTP again. And now that we have that up, we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Export Objects, and we want to export the HTTP objects. Up through Save All. Under Save All, we've got our desktop in here. Let's go ahead and create a new folder. And we can close this now. And let's drop this down. And to check out and find out what the SHA-256 value of these executable files are, we will open up a terminal. And in the terminal, we can type in SHA. Oh, let's do it this way. Where are we at? All right, let's go ahead and change our directory into desktop and Wireshark. So let's go desktop and Wireshark. Oop. And go ahead and hit enter. Now we're in here, we can hit LS. Now we see we got favicon.ico and we've got mysterygift.exe. And what do we want to do? We want to look at the SHA-256, well, not she, but SHA-256 sum, or the hash of mystery gift. And there we go. So this will be our there's our hash. We'll copy this over. Now put that in over here. Perfect. Now it says search the hash value of the executable file on VirusTotal. All right, so let's open up VirusTotal. And let's do a search on the hash that we've got saved. And here we go. So now we see mysterygift.exe. All right. We've got our detection, we've got our details, our relations, and our behavior. Let's go back and see what they want us to do. There are multiple IP addresses associated with this file. What are the connected IP addresses? Enter the IP address defanged in numerical order format. IP address. All right, let's check out all of the IP addresses. So that we have no IP addresses under detection. Doesn't look like we need it under details. Under relations, it looks like we've got 3 IP addresses. So let's go ahead and copy these over. And we'll put these in our defanged area. 1, 2, and our third one. And let's copy. Are these in order? Yeah, it looks like they're in order. So we'll put 1 in, comma. Then our second. And let's do our third. And hit submit. And there we go. So now we have completed day 13 of the advent of cyber. If you liked working with Wireshark, we have a comprehensive module on this helpful tool. If you want to dive deeper, the network security and traffic analysis module is waiting for you. So that is day 13 of the advent of cyber. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for day 14. Until then, I'll see you guys.